after the Democrats shred the Constitution yesterday, setting a dangerous precedent for complete anarchy in our country. Instead of punishing the Democrats for their breach of our mutual handshake, the GOP in the House went to work to help the Democrats impose their will on our country, even after the Democrats have inflicted so much pain and suffering on GOP voters. Despite the majority of our people no longer wishing to send billions of dollars to fund overseas adventurism, the Uniparty is colluding to vote that money out the door tomorrow. This is all to give dear leader Joe Biden exactly what he wants, throwing more good taxpayer money toward our government's corruption. So I thought it'd be instructive to look at the genius, the mastermind who has whipped the Republicans' rear end. He has handed them their lunch. He has made them look like foolish children. He has forced them to betray their own voters. Let's examine Joe Biden. Here's the guy who has destroyed the GOP. It's an instructive expose in today's preamble. For the last 3 years, the GOP has rubber-stamped everything Joe Biden has wanted. Starting this Congress, the GOP had a slim four-vote margin. So GOP party bosses got to work whittling down their majority. First, they threw out one of their members. Then other Republicans broke their promise to their voters by quitting on them and quitting on America. Now the GOP has only a one-vote majority. And that's their excuse to find the nearest Democrat butt cheek to plant their lips. And Joe Biden's butt cheek, folks, is getting pretty chapped from all the GOP genuflecting out there. Sadly for Republicans, Americans don't share the GOP's love for Joe Biden, a fact that Joe Biden revealed on the campaign trail.
I've never thought I'd see a time when I'm going through a neighborhood or a rural town in the West or something and see big signs that have a Trump sign in the middle that says F. Biden, and having a little kid standing with his middle finger, 7 years old, 8 years old. Well, I promise it happens all the time. It's not who we are.
Wow, never seen anything like that, huh? Of course, Biden provided no proof of what he saw, but, I seem to recall, that's right, leftists doing something like this. Oh, yes. Look at the civility Joe Biden's left-wingers teach their children. F Donald Trump this, and racist that. Could this be another case of a Democrat accusing others of what Democrats are guilty of? But hey, let's just forget about all that for now. Let's focus on the life story of Joe Biden. Did you know that he was the first in his family to go to college?
I, like an awful lot of people in this audience, was the first in my family to go to college and watched my dad struggle to help me get there. And
Wow. How can the GOP compete with such an accomplished man as Joe Biden? He rose up from nothing. Oh, wait. Joe Biden also claims his granddad was an All-American football player, in college. How can Biden be the first in his family to go to college when his grandfather was an All-American? One of those statements must be a lie, right? Well, that doesn't matter. Just ask the Republicans. They'll tell you. Remember, Joe Biden is America.
I also want to acknowledge someone else who means a great deal to our family. Rabbi Michael Beals of the Congregation Beth Shalom in Wilmington, Delaware. That's where I received my education. So I was sort of raised in the Puerto Rican community at home, politically. I got my education for real in the black church. And that's not hyperbole, it's a fact.
Wow, Joe Biden is all that, kids, in a bag of chips. It's easy to see why the GOP never stood a chance. Listen to Joe Biden's brilliant oratory skills, but listen very closely. It goes by quickly. Listen.
Are you ready to choose freedom over democracy? Because that's America. Yeah.
Okay. I know that was tough to hear through the mumbling and stupidity. Listen again closely.
Are you ready to choose freedom over democracy? Because that's America. Yeah.
Wow. Are you ready to choose freedom over democracy? That's America, says Joe Biden. And the adoring mental patients applauded. Well, who wouldn't? Hey, was that Mitt Romney or John Cornyn in the background there yelling, yeah? It might have been. As you know, Joe Biden is also a sympathetic figure in America. Did you know his uncle was eaten by cannibals?
And my uncle, they called him Ambrose, Brosey, they called him Bosey. My Uncle Bosey was a hell of an athlete, they tell me, when he was a kid. And he became an Army Air Corps before the Air Force came along. He flew those single-engine planes as reconnaissance over war zones. He got shot down in New Guinea, and they never found the body because there are a lot of cannibals for real in that part of New Guinea.
Now, how many Republicans do you know support Joe Biden and his agenda based on his family's tragic backstory alone? Well, it's a lie, but it's a good narrative the GOP can really rally around. You see, in reality, Joe Biden's uncle was shot down over the ocean. It's highly unlikely that cannibals were just swimming around in that area at that time. And I guess it's possible, right, Mitch McConnell, right, Lisa Murkowski? But hey, Ukraine has to have our hard-earned money to save democracy. So we should all join Republicans and just look the other way in an effort to ignore reality. Because when it comes to international affairs, folks, Joe Biden is second to none, and he has the support of every member of the swamp. Look at how Joe Biden took command. He put the Jews in their place, commanding Israel not to attack Israel.
And I made it clear to Israelis, don't move on Haifa. It's just not, I mean, anyway, I just, look what we did recently when Israel was attacked.
Well, never mind that Haifa is an Israeli city and that Rafah is in the Gaza territory. Joe Biden is so great that he can't let a little thing like geography stand in the way of his fight to save democracy. So, as you can see, Joe Biden is a force. It leads me to question, what's wrong with all you MAGA folks out there? What's with the "Let's go Brandon" chanting? What's with all the disrespect? Shouldn't you conservatives, independents, and Republican voters be falling in line with your Republican politicians in Washington? They revere this man. They wouldn't dream of stopping this man or his political party. Isn't it time you all fell in line the way the GOP has? Chant with me now. Government is good. Government is good. Doesn't that feel better? Government is good.